Hello and welcome to the Monsters, Myths, and Mayhem podcast. I am Silver, my co-host.
Chaotic.
This episode is going to be a little bit of a mystery to you because I didn't really give you much information about what I was researching. This episode is episode 11, and it was originally going to be on Ratatoskr, which is a giant squirrel that lives in Yggdrasil.
So you lied to me. That's what it was supposed to be, and you changed it and didn't tell me. So you've lied to me.
I didn't lie. It's still gonna have Ratatoskr in it, except there wasn't much information at all on this squirrel. The actually only part of mythology that I could find Ratatoskr in was one single story,
Nice.
and it's only a couple lines in the, I think it's Prose Edda, which is a Norse mythology book. So we're actually going to be doing 3 monsters today.
Okay.
They're all involved in the same story. There is Ratatoskr. I'm probably going to say his name different every single time because pronunciation is hard. Another one is Nidhogg, who is a giant dragon. Not a giant, he is a dragon. And he lives at the roots of Yggdrasil.
Okay, I'm following.
And the third one is a unnamed giant eagle. Some say he's a wise eagle, and he lives on the top branches of Yggdrasil. But to say a preface, do you know what Yggdrasil is?
Not like the tree?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you name all the 9 worlds held up by Yggdrasil?
No.
Test
failed. I failed.
To explain this to more listeners that don't know what Yggdrasil is, it's very hard to spell Yggdrasil. It's Yggdrasil. How you spell it. But it is a very large tree, a mighty tree, whose trunk rises at the center of the Norse spiritual cosmos. And the rest of the cosmos, all 9 worlds, rest on the tree somewhere. Some rest in the roots, some rest on the trunk, some rest in the branches. There's many speculations about where these are placed. And there's also many speculations on what the worlds are called. There's actually no one source that gives all 9 worlds listed out together. The literature people, scholars is the word. Scholars that study Norse mythology have managed to patch together all 9 world names from the poems and leftover remnants from the Norse mythology that they could still find and gather. And the most common names are as followed. We got Midgard, which is where we're from, the world of humanity. Then there is Asgard, which is home of the Aesir, which is gods and goddesses like Thor, Loki,
Odin.
Odin. Then we got Vanaheim, which is the world of the Vanir, who are the gods. Pretty much, they're another tribe of gods. I don't happen to remember any of their names off the top of my head, but they actually had a big war at one point in Norse mythology between the Aesir and the Vanir.
So the Vanir gods were gods like Freya.
The fourth was Jotunheim, the world of the giants. Then Niflheim, which is the world of ice, which I believe, if you've watched Thor 2, Thor and Loki get stuck in Niflheim. in the ice world, correct?
Yes, with the ice giants.
Yes. Then we got the exact opposite of Niflheim. We got Muspelheim, which is the world of fire, which is where Surtur comes from.
Yes.
Then we have Alpheim, which is the world of elves. They are kept mostly to themselves and don't have a lot of written stories written down about them. Then there is, okay, I'm probably going to mess this one up. It's Nidavellir, Valhir, or Svartalheim, which is the world of the dwarves. And they usually mostly stay underground from what I've seen. There's actually no depiction of that they're actually look any different. But that's who made Thor's hammer Mjolnir. Then the last world is Hell, which is controlled by Hel,
Wow. I had no idea.
who is one of Loki's daughters.
Did know that because Thor, Marvel Universe Thor depicts it wrong and weird with the sister thing. So
Yes.
everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And it's really, yeah.
Marvel also depicts Norse mythology wrong as Loki and Thor brothers, but it's actually Loki and Odin are brothers.
Yes, I did know
Yeah.
that too. I mean, they went loosely based off for Marvel, obviously, but
And saying Loki and Odin are brothers is still very loosely because it's Odin and Loki are bound by blood brothers, not really blood related brothers. That's a whole nother story for another Odin shenanigan. Odin's not as bad as Zeus, but he's a lot better. Yeah, but all those 9 worlds are together in the tree of Yggdrasil, all connected, I believe, by the Bifrost, which is a rainbow like bridge. If we ever cover Ragnarok, we can get more into Surtur and them.
that'd be exciting. I do like Norse mythology.
I don't think we've actually done any Norse mythology yet, have we?
We have not.
The 3-for-1 special just for being late and a quick introduction to Yggdrasil.
Woo!
So, on this tree, there is, like I mentioned earlier, we got the dragon, Nidhogg. We got the wise eagle that sits on top, and we got Ratatoskar, which is a squirrel. So, Nidhogg chews on the roots of Yggdrasil and poisons the roots, trying to knock down Yggdrasil. Nidhogg means, his name means curse striker or he who strikes malice. He is not a good dragon at all. Sometimes he goes down into hell and patrols the worst area of hell where there's the most malice and hatred for those who couldn't make it into Valhalla with Odin. And when he finds the dead bodies inside hell, he consumes them. Just kind of how he got his name. He is also said to be part of Ragnarok as well. If he breaks free from when he breaks free from the tree, he also is in the roots with a bunch of snakes. But he does not like the wise eagle who is sitting at the top of the tree. I could find nothing about the wise eagle besides that he has a hawk perched on his forehead.
He is super sacred.
Yes, pretty much everything to do with Yggdrasil, even the gods find to be super sacred. It's their super sacred tree. Toskar, his one job is to ferry insults between Nidhogg and the eagle, since they don't leave their perches. So Ratatoskar just is running up and down this tree all through the realms just to insult the eagle, and then to come back all the way back down to insult Nidhogg. And he's not just any squirrel that carries insults. He adds to the insults. He makes the insults worse.
Sounds like a lot of people.
And since he's making these insults worse, it's making Nidhogg and the eagle angrier. So as they're getting angrier, Nidhogg chews more on the root system of the tree, trying to shake down the eagle. And the eagle picks up gusts of winds and tries to knock branches down out of the tree to fall down onto Nidhogg. I'm just imagining Ratatoskar is just sitting in the corner laughing at himself, laughing at all this. He actually shows up in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've seen. Ratatoskar does.
Yes, he does.
I have not played it yet.
I have not finished it, but it is a fantastic game.
Rataskar is sometimes also mentioned to his name meaning drill tooth. It's also said that there's 4 stags living in the tree, and they're just chewing on the sprouts that come off and grazing on the leaves. Sometimes these stags are deer or goats, or they add goats to the tree. I haven't really seen, besides maybe one mention of that from online. I've seen something also that there's bees in the tree, and they're used as spirit messengers or something, which I only seen like one thing of that, so I couldn't actually confirm anymore. Also, Yggdrasil is said to be a ash tree or another unidentified tree species. No one really agrees on the stories that were passed down verbally. It seems to be a common ground when looking at mythology.
I did just look up. It's been a while since I played God of War, and that's terrible of me. But Ratatasker is an Easter egg. You have to like find him. He's like really hard to find, and then he's like a little ethereal dude that sits on your shoulder and he cusses the entire time.
Nice.
Yes.
These aren't monsters per se, but they're 3 ladies that even the gods themselves, the Aesir, do not mess with. They are the Norns. Do you happen to know who the Norns are? I'll give you a hint.
I do not. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Their names are, there's 3 of them. They're ladies. Their names are, well, they're female. They're depicted as female.
Oh, I know. Yes, 110%. They're the
their names are Ood, sorry, Redandi, and Skald. Okay.
yeah. They're just like the Fates.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're Norse version of the Fates. Technically, Erd, her name means the past, which is also a common word for fate in itself. Verandi means what is presently coming into being, and the third is Skuld, which is what shall be. They're normally depicted watering Yggdrasil, usually by
I did see
pond
that. I did see
or
that.
well. Even the Aesir and Vanir cannot deny fate once they have seen it.
That's amazing.
We'll probably get into a little bit more about them as well, and Odin's toil with them, getting his power of the runes, and the ability to see the future. That's all really the info I could find. Anything more to add on, Chaotic?
It sort of reminds me of like a totem. Like with the 3 different levels, like stuff going on in it. Each one has a different spiritual meaning. But specifically, I like that they cause trouble, like between each layer, like at the like sending down and like getting each other all riled up and stuff. I know that they like obviously it's a sacred tree with levels and not just a totem, but it did remind me a lot of like totem mythology and how it works and the religious purpose behind it.
I don't know much about totems.
Oh. Oh my. Coming soon, to be soon. One of those. We'll have to do that.
Something similar, yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean something similar? We should do totems.
Let's talk about your words. To be.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
phone,
no,
I
it's
see
one
it.
of those. They're all the same, but
Yeah.
I just didn't know which one was current for the present tense situation.
Well then, guess on with the mayhem.
Woo!
So we got mayhem for 3 creatures now. I think least mayhemy, the most mayhemy, would be Eagle, Ratataskar, then Nidhogg.
Agree.
I don't think Giant Eagle would do much. This is Garrett. He's a knowledge seeker, or he knows a lot, and that's about all I could know really of him. Besides the Giant Eagle, would probably just cause chaos a little bit. People seeing him, kind of like the Thunderbird,
Yeah, I was gonna compare it to Thunderbird. About the same.
but Ratataskar, Ratatoskir.
Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta!
You got a Tommy gun?
You need a jump set.
He, I think, with his willingness to spread rumors and instigate, can you imagine what instead of just going through the nine worlds, what he'd do if he goes between world leaders?
That is a terrifying thought, Silver. I don't know why you went that dark that fast, but it is terrifying to think about. I was just sitting here thinking that he's the world's worst telephone player in the world, and you were just like, what if he destroyed lands and worlds?
Yes, it is mayhem. I think he would cause quite a mid.
But would we choose to believe him, or would we both, or would all the leaders and stuff know that he's just a dumbass, dumb squirrel?
As far as I know, he can't shapeshift, so I think it would be likely they won't believe him. But if a squirrel just pops up to you and just starts talking, would you feel something magical is going on and choose to believe him?
I would think I was on drugs, most likely, and just try and exit the situation, if I'm honest. There's no way that if a squirrel walked up to me and talked, that I'd be like, this man is spitting facts.
The next question I wasn't quite sure about is size of these creatures. Because they run up and down Yggdrasil, which is a cosmos-sized tree. How big is this squirrel?
Either he can get bigger and run that long, or they have like an ether that can like transport them between places or something. I don't know.
Same with the eagle too.
Yeah, the entire cosmos would just yeet itself like left because he bat his wings. So I don't think that they're like cosmic. Hello?
That brings up the last one, being cosmic. Nidhogg. Because he wants to. Another thing with Nidhogg is his main job in life is to return the cosmos to chaos. So I think he'll probably be stronger than the Tarask, being a dragon. And
yeah, if we're talking cosmic size, I mean, that's bigger than any of the worlds.
He's got poisonous breath, which he could just coat the planet in, probably.
The new pollution theory.
It's just Nidhogg breathing.
He's just breathing real hard on the earth.
Ragnarok already supposedly happened. I think he survived it, so it could be happening.
I don't know how I feel about that. Imagine somebody cosmic size. Like, it probably takes them, you think about how long it takes you to move in space and stuff, it probably takes them light years to even get their finger moved or something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So what if the end of the world is just one day everything gets slapped like the hell out of Dodge? Everybody just dies.
Be like a super slow-mo slap.
Terrible. That's really, we're not rotating. We got jack slapped.
They just missed us and the wind is spinning us.
I think it'd be pretty chaotic if they could do something. That mayhem meter would be high.
I think we'd be good against the stags, though. The stags, they just want to eat the leaves. Just let them eat leaves.
Just let them eat it.
And if all three of them got loose on Midgard at the same time, I'm sure there would be a battle between the eagle and Nidhogg. And Ratatoskr is probably going to be there as like the referee instigator. Like WWE Yggdrasil edition.
What if like your ranking on the tree was how big you are? Like the bottom guy's really small, medium, large, or like large, medium, small.
I'd like to think it'd be large, medium, small, like a tree. Because trees get bigger as they go up. The trunks do.
The bases of them are wider because of the roots and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So Nidhogg would be the largest.
The bigger one.
A lot of mayhem between these three. Which team are you guys on, listeners? Are you on Team Nidhogg, Team Eagle, or Team Ratatoskr?
110% Team Ratatatata.
Same
110. Yeah. Total mischief maker. That's fine. We're doing that. That's great.
That's all for this episode.
Bye. Join us again next Monday on Monsters, Myths, and Mayhem, found on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Anchor.fm. Silver and Chaotic talk about how monsters and myths came to be and how they would be received in modern-day society. Follow, like, subscribe to support. Also find the podcast on Twitter and Discord with the links below.
Almost there. You about made it.
You were crinkling stuff.
Sorry. Cakes are too good.
That's it. Make that the end. Get to the Discord for the newest merchant activity. Besides, who knows what mayhem we will get into next.
Also, don't forget to leave a rating and a review. It does help out the channel.
Woo!
Podcast.
Whatever we are.
Yes.